Hello, welcome in this Rose online project. Rose online project is conducted by Rayat Shikshan Sanstha, Satara, Sadguru Gadge Maharaj College, Karad. 12 Rose project 2021 to 2022 is conducted by Sadguru Gadge Maharaj College, Karad. Myself is Pawar SP from HM College Karad. My subject name is biology. So today we will discuss the topic ecosystem and energy flow. Ecosystem and energy flow. It is very important topic. This topic consists 3 compulsory mark and 4 mark with option. Now see which content involved in this topic, that is synopsis of the ecosystem and energy flow. First important concept, that is ecosystem, structure and function. Here we learn what is ecosystem, definition of the ecosystem, structure of the ecosystem and function of the ecosystem. Then the second important concept in this topic, that is productivity. What is productivity and what is the role of productivity in this ecosystem? Third important concept in this topic, that is a decomposition. Next, energy flow, how energy transformed from the autotrophic organism to heterotrophic organism. Then ecological pyramid, what is ecological pyramid, types of the ecological pyramid. Then the next synopsis, that is the nutrient cycle. In this topic we will learn the 2 nutrient cycle, that is a carbon cycle and another cycle is known as a phosphorus cycle. Next concept, ecological succession. What is ecological succession, type of the ecological succession, and last concept in this topic, that is a ecosystem services. Which are the benefits of the ecosystem? Now see the first point, that is what is ecosystem. Ecosystem consists of 2 words. First ecosystem, that is the eco. Eco means environment, and second word system. System means interaction. Environment, interaction togetherly known as a ecosystem. So ecosystem means environment and interaction. Then now see the definition of the ecosystem. An ecosystem is self-regulatory and self-sustaining structural and functional unit of nature or a biosphere is known as a ecosystem. So what is ecosystem? An ecosystem is self-regulatory and self-sustaining structural and functional unit of the nature, that is a biosphere. A functional unit of nature where interaction of living organism with themselves, with the physical environment take place. That is, in ecosystem interaction take place both organism, that is living organism and non-living organism. Who coined the term ecosystem? The term ecosystem was coined by Tansley in 1935. So here watch the diagrammatic representation of the ecosystem. Ecosystem is made up of 2 components, that is abiotic component. Here water is the abiotic component And second important component of the ecosystem, that is the biotic component, that is the plants and animals which are present in this region. So ecosystem is made up of the biotic and abiotic component, and ecosystem was coined by the Tansley in the 1935. Now see the categories of the ecosystem. There are two categories of the ecosystem. First category, that is a aquatic ecosystem, and second category, it is known as a terrestrial ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem means the ecosystem which are present in water, and terrestrial ecosystem, that is the ecosystem which are present on the land. So aquatic ecosystem included ponds, lakes, rivers, oceans, etc. And terrestrial ecosystem included forest, grassland, and desert, etc. So there are the two category of the ecosystem. First one is known as a aquatic ecosystem which are found in water, and second is known as a terrestrial ecosystem which are present on the land. Now see the types of the ecosystem. First type, that is a natural ecosystem, and second type, it is known as a artificial ecosystem. So ecosystem are classified into two types. First type is known as a natural ecosystem, and second type is known as a artificial ecosystem. What is natural ecosystem? Natural ecosystem is the ecosystem which do not require any human input. In other words, they are self-sustainable. So natural ecosystem do not require any human input. And artificial ecosystem are those ecosystem which required in human input. Which are the component of the ecosystem? There are the two component of the ecosystem. First one is known as a abiotic component, and second is known as a biotic component. Abiotic component, it is a non-living component, and biotic component, it is a living component. Abiotic component, that is a non-living component, included three type of the component. First, physical factor. Second one is the inorganic substances, and third, it is known as a organic component. Physical factor including the sunlight, temperature, rainfall, humidity, and a pressure. And inorganic substances included carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, water, rocks, and soil. And organic component consist of carbohydrate, proteins, and lipids. So abiotic component is the component of the ecosystem which are the non-living and which included physical factor, inorganic substances, and organic component like carbohydrate, protein, and lipid. Now see the biotic component of ecosystem. Biotic component, it is known as a living component, and biotic component are classified into two types, that is a autotrophic organism and a heterotrophic organism. Autotrophic organism which use food material by the process of the photosynthesis, and heterotrophic organism totally depend on the autotrophic organism for the food requirement. So biotic component included first type, that is a producer. Which organisms are known as a producers? That is a green plant. Why green plant are known as a producer? Because green plant utilize CO2 and water in presence of the sunlight, and chlorophyll pigment. So there is the preparation of the food material. So it is the first component that is a producers, and they are also known as a autotrophic organism because by the process of the photosynthesis they prepare own food material. And second types of the biotic component, that is a consumers. Consumers do not prepare own food material due to the absence of the chlorophyll pigment. So consumers are totally dependent on the producers, and consumers are known as a heterotrophic organism. Why they are known as a heterotrophic organism? Because they depend on the autotrophic organism for their food requirement. Based on the food preference, they also grouped in three broad categories. First category, that is a herbivorous. What is herbivorous animals? Herbivorous, that is they feed directly on the plants. That is the plant eaters organism are known as a herbivorous organism. And which are the example of the herbivorous organism? For example, cow, for example, deer, rabbit, etc. So herbivorous animals are those animals which feed directly on the plant. Then the second category, it is known as a carnivorous. What is the meaning of the carnivorous? Carnivorous animals which eat other animals. And which are the example of the carnivorous organism? For example, lion, for example, cat and dog. Why they are carnivorous? Because they eat other animal. And third category, it is known as a omnivorous. Omnivorous organisms are those which feed on both plant as well as a animals. So they are known as a omnivorous organism. And which are the example of the omnivorous organism? For example, human being, pigs and crows. These are the example of the omnivorous organism. And then the next type of the biotic component, that is decomposers. Decomposers are the most of the member of the saprophytes. They depend on dead and decaying organic matter. And which are the example of the decomposers? Detritivores, for example, bacteria and a fungi. Okay, so biotic component included autotrophic organism and heterotrophic organism. Autotrophic organism, by the process of the photosynthesis, they prepare their own food material, and heterotrophic organism are totally dependent on the autotrophic organism. Heterotrophic organism are classified into herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous and the decomposers. Fungi and bacteria are the best example of the decomposers. So here we understand ecosystem is made up of the two component, abiotic component and second component is known as a biotic component. And biotic component also consists of autotrophic organism and heterotrophic organism. And heterotrophic organisms are also classified into herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous and decomposers. Now see the next term in this topic, that is a spatial pattern. Biotic, that is a living component, and abiotic, that is a non-living component, differ as the location, vary in space and time. The variation due to the space result in a spatial pattern. And there are the two type of the spatial pattern. First type is known as a stratification and second type is known as a zonation. So how many types of the spatial pattern? There are the two types. First type is known as a stratification and second type is known as a zonation. Now see the first type, that is a stratification. What is the meaning of the stratification? Stratification, that is a vertical distribution of different species of plant and animal occupying different level is known as a stratification. So important word in this definition, that is a vertical distribution of different species of the plant and animal occupying different level is known as a stratification. For example, trees occupies top vertical strata or a layer of the forest, shrub the second, herb and grasses occupying at the bottom layer. So here grasses, herb, shrubs and trees, they occupying the different level at vertically. So it is known as a stratification. Now see the diagrammatic representation of the stratification. This is the forest ecosystem. In forest ecosystem, at the bottom grasses are present, then herb, then shrub, and at the topest layer the trees occupy. So stratification means a vertical distribution of the different species of plant and animal occupying at the different level is known as a stratification. Now the second type, that is a zonation. What is zonation? Horizontal distribution of plant and animal on the land or in water is known as a zonation. What is zonation? Horizontal distribution of plant and animal on land or in water is known as a zonation. Vertical distribution, stratification. Horizontal distribution, zonation. Zonation is observed in aquatic, that is when water present in ecosystem, it is known as a aquatic ecosystem, or it is also known as a wetland ecosystem, as well as a terrestrial ecosystem, but it is easily seen at the junction of the two edges of a large lake or a beach show pronounced zonation in the form of the intertidal, littoral and sublittoral zones. So watch the diagrammatic representation of the zonation. Zonation, that is a horizontal distribution of plant and animal on land or in a water. So it is known as a zonation. In this diagram, this is the subtidal channel, it is the mud flat, it is the low marsh, and finally high marsh. So horizontal distribution of the plant and animal on the land and in water is known as a zonation. Now see what is ecosystem unit. The biotic and abiotic component of ecosystem are all linked together to function as an ecosystem unit through various process. Like first process, it is known as a productivity. Then the second process, it is the decomposition. Third process, that is a nutrient cycle. Carbon cycle, phosphorus cycle is the example of the nutrient cycling. And finally the energy flow. How energy flow from sun to autotroph and from autotrophic organism to heterotrophic organism. So it is known as a energy flow. So ecosystem unit consists of the various process, that is the productivity. Second process is known as a decomposition. Third process is known as a nutrient cycling, and fourth one is known as a energy flow. Now see, the ecosystem must perform these four processes for its substances to be self-sustaining. The ecosystem under study may be as small as well as pond and entire biosphere as a whole. The process of the productivity involve conversion of inorganic chemical to organic material, that is green plant utilize inorganic chemicals into the organic material with the help of the radiant energy of the sun by the autotroph, and consumption of the autotroph by the heterotroph is known as a productivity. So what is productivity? The process of productivity involve conversion of inorganic chemical into organic material with the help of the radiant energy of the sun by autotrophs, and consumption of the autotroph by the heterotrophs. And what is decomposition? Decomposition, it is the breakdown of dead organic material and mineralization of the matter is known as a decomposition. What is decomposition? Breakdown of dead organic material and mineralization of the dead matter. What is productivity? Conversion of the inorganic chemical into organic material with the help of the solar energy by the autotroph, and consumption of the autotrophs and the heterotrophs. What is nutrient cycling? Nutrient cycling, that is storage and transport of the nutrient, that is carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. So mineral released in the decomposition process, and which are again used by the autotroph for their photosynthesis process. The energy flow is the unidirectional flow of energy, that is from producer to consumers, and finally dissipation and loss as the heat. So energy flow is unidirectional. Why it is known as a unidirectional? Because energy from sunlight is obtained by the autotrophic organism, and from autotrophic organism energy is obtained by heterotrophic organism, that is primary consumer, secondary consumer, and a tertiary consumers. Example, think of a small pond ecosystem. It is a purely a self-sustainable unit that explains the complex interaction which exists in aquatic ecosystems. That is the interaction of the both component, that is abiotic component and the biotic component. A pond is the shallow water body in which all the four said basic process of an ecosystem are observed. The biotic component is water with all the dissolved inorganic and organic substances, and also the rich soil deposit at the bottom of the pond. Now see the solar input, the cycle of the temperature, day length, and other climatic conditions regulate the rate of the function of the entire pond. The producers include phytoplankton, algae, and other aquatic plankton. Producers, that is phytoplankton, algae, and other aquatic plankton. And the consumers are represented by zooplankton, aquatic insect, and fishes. The decomposers are the fungi, bacteria located at the bottom of the pond. So, example of the decomposers are the fungi, bacteria present at the bottom of the pond. Now see the first process, that is the productivity. What is productivity? A constant input of solar energy is the basic requirement for an ecosystem to function and sustain, because solar energy is important component for the process of the photosynthesis. So constant input of the solar energy is the basic requirement for any ecosystem to function and sustain. Productivity refers the rate of the generation of the biomass in an ecosystem. So this is the important definition. What is productivity? Productivity refers to the rate of the generation of the biomass in an ecosystem. It is expressed in unit of mass per unit surface or volume per unit time or instance gram per square meter per day. So this is the expression of the productivity, and it is expressed in the unit of the mass per unit surface, and productivity is the rate of the generation of the biomass in an ecosystem. The mass unity may relate to dry matter or to the mass of the carbon generated. Mass unit may relate to the dry matter or to the mass of the carbon generated. It can be divided into, productivity can be divided into two types. First, that is a GPP, and second, that is a NPP. What is the long form of the GPP? Gross primary productivity. And what is the long form of the NPP? Net primary productivity. So gross primary productivity, that is a GPP, and net primary productivity, that is NPP. Gross primary productivity of ecosystem is the rate of the production of the organic matter during the photosynthesis. So GPP of an ecosystem is the rate of the production of organic matter during the photosynthesis. Plants themselves use considerable proportion of the GPP for their respiration, and hence gross primary productivity minus respiratory losses constitute the net primary productivity. What is net primary productivity? Gross primary productivity minus respiratory losses is known as a net primary productivity. So formula of net primary productivity, that is GPP minus R is equal to the NPP. So this is the net primary productivity. It is the available biomass for the consumption of the heterotrophs, and heterotrophs are classified into herbivorous, carnivorous, and the decomposers. Net primary productivity is available biomass for the consumption to the heterotrophs, that is herbivorous, carnivorous, and the decomposers. The annual net primary productivity of the whole biosphere is approximately 170 billion tons or dry weight of the organic matter. This is the important point for the MCQ. The annual net primary productivity of the whole biosphere is approximately 170 billion tons. Out of this, the productivity of the ocean is only 55 billion tons. Net primary productivity for whole biosphere, that is a 170 billion ton, but ocean the productivity is a 55 billion tons. The rest of the course is from the land based ecosystem. Primary productivity, that is GPP, depend on the plant species inhabiting a particular area. It also depend on a variety of the environmental factor, that is availability of the nutrient, photosynthetic capacity of the plant. Therefore, it varies in different type of the ecosystem. Secondary productivity is defined as the rate of the formation of the new organic matter by consumer. What is secondary productivity? Secondary productivity is defined as the rate of the formation of the new organic matter by the consumer. Alternatively, it is the rate of the assimilation of the food energy at the level of the consumers. So rate of assimilation of the food energy at the level of the consumers. It is the amount of the energy available to the consumer for the transfer of the next trophic level. So this is the points of the ecosystem. First point in this lecture, that is what is ecosystem, which are the categories of the ecosystem, which are the types of the ecosystem, and how ecosystem is made up from the biotic component and abiotic component. Then second important part in this lecture, that is what is productivity and what is gross primary productivity and secondary productivity, and the ecosystem consists of four process, that is the productivity, decomposition, nutrient cycle, and the energy flow. So thank you for watching this lecture.